Organize.
감사합니다. 만원 오래된 거야 이거. 글로 가긴 해? 당연하지. 이 보기보다 이 레베카가 엄청 잘 나가거든. 자, 그럼 출발합니다.
Never seen this drama before.
아유, 레베카. 뭐야? 설마 지금 또 시동 꺼진 거야? 괜찮아, 괜찮아. 아, 시동이야 다시 그러면 되지 뭐.
Why are you watching this?
괜찮아,
No.
괜찮아. 아, 안전벨트 다시 깨매면 되지 뭐. 자. 괜찮아, 괜찮아. 괜찮긴 뭐가 괜찮아? 나 내릴래. 왜안 열려? 안 열려. 왜 안 열려? 밖에서만 열려. 괜찮아, 괜찮아. 아니 문이야 내가 나가서 밖에서 열어주면 되지 뭐. 야, 레베카. 야, 아까 부서져 뭐야? 이거 왜 부서져 이거? 아니 레베카 좀 냅둬. 이게 다 보여. 아유 레베카 원래 투명한 친구야. 가만 있어 봐. 조립이야 뭐야 이게.
Why are we watching this?
자, 이제 그럼 출발합니다.
What's up? It's your boy, Big Reg, coming to you once again from the shadow of the big house. Oh, man, friends. What a game. What a game. I'm hyped, pumped up. I'm so excited, and I just can't hide it. Michigan takes care of business in the Big Ten opener. Nobody thought that they could do it. Nobody thought that they could do it. All the people were doubtings, except for one little dude right here. I'm telling you, folks, after that Arkansas State game, everybody's like, oh, man, we got no offense. We got no defense. We got no quarterback. We can't run the ball effectively. We got no O-line. The D-line has been overrated, yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. And you know what I said? I said, 괜찮아, 괜찮아, 괜찮아. Don't worry, I said. Don't worry, I said. The team will get us to victory. And lo and behold, Coach Moore and company, oh, man, let's be honest. It was a little shaky at times, but we did get that car running again. Man, oh, man. Run it all the way to a W. Joining me tonight to celebrate. Oh, I don't know if it was more of a celebration or just relief from all the stress that was pent up inside. First, as always, sun's out, so the guns are still out. The one and only producer Jay Bizzle.
Just came back from Hawaii, and now I'm trying to settle back in. Screaming at the TV for the past 3 hours. Blueberry was just like so scared. But hey, I'm willing to be wrong if that gives us a victory. Okay?
There you go.
I'm
there
willing
you
to
go.
be wrong.
I love it. I love it. The humility is a good thing. It's a good thing, especially when it comes after a W. Next, joining us, this man, holy smokes, he did a few push-ups because he was so pumped up. He was so pumped up and ready to rock and roll. The one, the only, nameless guest.
I gotta just double down on producer Jay Bizzle. Completely agree, and I'll add, I'm not taking credit, but I kind of knew what I was doing in hedging my bets, guarding the heart, and preparing myself for just dreaming against all reality. And it came to fruition, and we get to celebrate another victory.
There you go. 괜찮아, 괜찮아. Okay.
괜찮아.
Finally joining us tonight, this man is taking a break from warring with his next door neighbor, the one, the only, JC from Sunnyside.
I have to say that even though we got a W, I mean, I think there's a lot of reality that's sinking in about this team. I did call a score you could verify with Maria, 28-24 as a final score, which is very close, Michigan. But I think I'm happy that we won, but man, so many concerns about the season.
God.
So many.
Come on. 괜찮아, okay? Sure, you get in, the seatbelt's a little crooked, okay? Sure, it sputters a little bit, okay? Like when we were pinned down inside our own 20 with less than 3 minutes to go in the game, and our offense was going nowhere, and we decided to hand it off to Khalil again. We're a little worried that, the engine might not, start again? Yeah, I was a little worried. But you know what? In the end, I said, 괜찮아. And then he stumbled all the way to a 60-yard gain. Oh, and he set us up with that touchdown. When the 4th and goal at the 1 yard line, I was like, are we not going to score? I was a little worried, but once again, 괜찮아. Michigan comes through.
For those non-Korean people, it means it's okay. It's okay.
Oh man, I'm telling you, I was out of breath. I was out of steam. Oh man, that game took every ounce of energy out of me. But man, oh man, satisfying. These guys are all lost of words. All right, I'll start off. Number one, the things that I thought were great was the defensive line finally lived up to its billing. Stewart and Moore were getting pressure off the edges. And of course, Grant and Mason were getting the pressure up the middle and stopping that run game. It was just a thing of beauty to watch. Sure, there was a couple spots where they got a little shaky, but the defensive front, I raise my glass to you. Heck of a game.
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be a laundry list of concerns, and
Concerns again? Come on, let me do. Listen,
no, I'm not.
Can we
I'm
put
not.
the concerns to the side for just a second?
I know.
And just focus on a little bit of the good.
Let me finish my statement. And even though,
I say 괜찮아.
and then even though I got an essay from Bagman just about what's wrong with this program, the thing that I cling to, right? We said that this game was a determination of how this season's gonna go. And if we got blown out this game, how sad, how dissolved would we be as a fan base? And so the importance of this game cannot be understated. Like, even though it was ugly, even though there's things that went wrong, everything about winning this game, everything about smashing as much as we could, as often as we could, and even though they stopped it in the second half, the fact that we still didn't try to, like, people were calling for like Davis Warren to come out for the fourth quarter drive. I was like, I mean, what is going to be the DNA? And that's what, Orji was talking about. That's what Sharon was talking about. What is going to be the DNA of this team? And I think that this moment right now defines everything about the rest of this season. And to think about a team that, despite a lot of the things that went really well in the first half, a lot of the things that went really poorly in the second half, they still went 90 yards. You were on our 10-yard line. They went 90 yards, and I know Khalil was a big part of that, and he is running like a man on fire. Everything about this victory, this win, is what we can build upon. So I'm happy. I'm nervous, but man, what a victory. What a victory. What a 4th and 1. Pounded down their throats. I mean, there's no better feeling than to see our guys get into the end zone, win it against this USC team. And boy, do I have a bunch of cousins who live in LA. And boy, did I give it to them after this victory.
Oh my God.
You know what? There is a better feeling, which is that we would have a balanced offense, go down 90 yards with the balance of the pass and run, so that we don't have to give our formula away every week. But we just can't do that. I'm going to be with Big Reg and celebrate some of the highlights. I'm not a doom and gloom guy.
What are you talking about? You just start off all doom and gloom. Come on. These guys are killing me right now. Oh.
The D-line, number 0, Josiah Stewart, Coastal Carolina. Dude showed up today. Dude showed up. The other guy, Zeke Berry, I'm convinced now he's a star in the making. He is a star in the making, on the ball all the time, making a short tackles. I am convinced that he's a star in the making. I'm also convinced that Texas is really good. I mean, they owned us in the trenches. And for us to like move the D-line, the O-line today, like they showed up. I'm like, wow, like that we're actually moving the ball, but we couldn't do it against Texas. I mean, Texas, they were like manhandling us. Other than that, I don't know. I don't have any other positives to say. You know, Mullings, obviously. Mullings, hats off to him. Belcow
Johnson,
back.
come on. How about Will Johnson? Pick
Yeah.
six, baby. Pick six.
Oh, Will Johnson. I mean, he got run over. But Khalil, get over here, Khalil Mullings, you know, at the end of the interview. Big time runs in a big time moment. But he got lucky though. I mean,
Oh my God.
Come on. You
Did
can't
he
say
just
not
give
lucky.
a straight compliment without any kind of like
I just can't.
caveat to it?
Listen,
got
I'm sure most of the Wolverine Nation out there is gonna agree with me. We got lucky this game.
Oh, come on.
We got lucky.
You get lucky.
Jeez, oh Pete. You don't get lucky by putting continuous pressure on the USC quarterback. I think USC was less than 25%. I'd have to look at the numbers, but less than 25% converting on third downs. Okay. Okay. Come on. That doesn't happen because you're lucky one or two times. Okay. That's consistent pressure. That's consistent coverage throughout the game. Putting them behind schedule to get on third and long, and then having those pass rushers do their job, and the secondary also do their job when it counted the most. So I raise my truly to them because they did a truly fabulous job.
So my thing is I'm so grateful and relieved for the win always. I mean, if you're a true Wolverine, you gotta just take it and accept it and relish those. And this was glorious and special because I keep track of, well, everyone keeps track of, we are now 1-0 against the USC Trojans in this new Big Ten era, and that means something. But this is the game of two halves. And this team just continues to show that it's so unlike Team 144. We're undisciplined. We say smash, but we're not smash. I think what this game showed was that first half, USC truly wasn't ready for Big Ten bully ball, and we exerted our will. And this is what all Wolverines were anticipating in the preseason. This was the game we circled as, yeah, we should handle this one, handle our business. USC's soft. They can't, all those narratives, we were confident until we saw this team unravel before our eyes. Week 1, 2, and 3. And you know what? For a half, we were kind of duped into this euphoric, you know, I mean, we were smashing, we were rolling, we got some big runs, but you know what? In retrospect, after watching the whole game, we only hit home runs. Okay. We better sober up real quick because anyone with half a brain D coordinator are going to see, you know, what we are. And this defense is strong for a half, but they will wilt no matter how good this D line and D and everything. And when the offense can't get a first down, that's a heavy load to carry.
Timeout.
Higher second half.
Timeout. The last 5 minutes, did or did not the defense stand up and get the ball back to the offense when it mattered the most? When USC was up, did they or did they not get the ball back to the offense? They did.
It was incredible. Without Will, the thrill.
Exactly.
It was incredible.
It was the thing that we said all along. They got to get them behind schedule and then unleash the dogs of war on third and long. And that's exactly what they did. They got the ball back. And then when the offense was pinned against the 10-yard line and go 90 yards, did they blink? Did they give up? No. They rose up to the occasion and marched all the way down. And came away with a victory. It wasn't given to them. They took that victory with both hands, I should say. And they grabbed it, took hold of it, and then pushed it all the way into the end zone, like Burdison pushed the USC defender into the end zone, making a pass for Khalil Mullings.
Are you drunk already? I don't understand why you're so like animated.
I'm just saying. 4th and 1, season on the line, as people were saying. Oh. They got it done.
Yeah. So I mean,
and let's shout out Max Bredesen for that amazing kick out block.
Oh yeah.
right? So like big time block, the little crease for Mullins to kind of get the 2 yards. So
Yeah.
shout out to Max Bredesen.
But I'm still wondering, this game would have been really different if, for example, like the Kenneth Grant fumble was it should have been a forward pass. I don't know how they called it as a fumble. Like he still pushed it forward.
Yeah, that was a crazy play. That was a crazy.
But you could imagine that if he pushed it forward, then it's 4th down. They have to kick a field goal instead of being up. And then what would our team do being what? Then they would be up, what, 4 or something like that? I can't remember exactly.
No.
How we would sustain the lead. But then, yeah, obviously on the flip side that we were under, and then we had to run a 2-minute drill to basically score a touchdown to win. Like that, this is like Cinderella story of being a pivotal moment in the season where the team grasped onto this hard-fought victory and then starts to be like, you know what? It's possible. There are things that can have happen. There's obviously moments where we need to improve. I thought the offensive line played a lot better without Good Ice and with Crippen in there than before. And so even though it wasn't total smash in terms of being what we're used to, it looked better than it has all season. And so there's moments where I'm like, damn, like this might be possible of what happens in the future. We have another couple games ahead of us that are, I think on average, we all predict that we're going to win. And so let's keep building on this. Let's keep moving forward, and let's get Orgy some kind of other passing play that he could actually throw more than 10 yards.
Oh my goodness gracious! Yeah,
we could be like, we ran a 2-minute drill, went 90 yards, but who runs a 2-minute drill with a run on every play? Because we can't pass the ball. Who runs a 2-minute drill but we run the ball every play? And the O-line, yeah, they played better. But a lot of that has to do with the missed tackles from the USC defenders. Like Mullins broke tackles. It's not because he had big wide open holes. Like he broke tackles. That one spin, that last run. I mean, there were 2 defenders on him that he spun away from. And we got fortunate that he broke those tackles and ran for a 58-yard gain.
My concern with the O-line and them playing better supposedly was, I mean, are we sure they played that much better? First half, some, but you know how many stretches did they not play better at all? Like stop, 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 stop. I mean, it was when there's no threat at all for a forward pass. Lateral passes, those passes out to the, making horizontal play, those safe passes that Campbell will dial up, nothing down the field. Every team, they should just stack the box from the get-go. There will never be a forward pass. I mean, shout out to Marlon Klein. He's the only one that actually got forward yardage, right? That was actually critical.
A 10-yard pass.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that was a huge play in the fourth quarter. Huge. Listen.
And that, I mean,
I can't deny it. 32 yards passing is all we had. Was that what it was?
Yeah.
If we had gotten 36 with 4 of it going to Donna, we would have been pretty rich today. But you know what?
Oh, God.
Didn't happen. So the boys are deep in the hole so far this season. You know what I'm saying?
And I know you guys don't want to bring this up. I don't know why. Dono. Like, no one's calling out Dono for that fumble, right? Inside the 15-yard line. 2 hands on the ball in a scrum. You're taught that at Pee Wee League. 2 hands on the ball.
Yeah, it was a great defensive play though. That guy.
It was a good defensive play, but if he had 2 hands on the ball, that ball would have never been punched out.
So I kind of get that, but I'm not dogging Dono for the fumble at all. I've been dogging Dono since week 1 just because it's far worse that he's a liability. He's a Michigan legend. He is forever appreciated and hoisted on our shoulders. But he can't take us anywhere, at least for the next 3-6 games. I mean, at some point, who knows? Something might get unleashed. I mean, I don't ever, leave that out as a possibility, but yeah, it's time to give 25 plus carries to Khalil. The margin of victory was so tight here, and it was going to be predictably this way. We cannot afford to get into 3rd and 3s and 3rd and 4s by feeding Dono. We need to be like in 3rd and 1s, or less. So to just increase our chances to sustain a drive. Sometimes the best drive is just where we just get 1 or 2 first downs, and we can't even count on that. That's sad and very depressing. I'm worried for the future.
Well, the
It's
second half
crystal
was
clear.
a thing of that. Almost every drive to start the second half was that. So, yeah, it was
It's
a cosmic
it's crystal clear that another thing that's very clear now, and it was clear for me last year, the year before.
this guy.
Dono is not an every down back. I'm sorry.
Oh.
He's not. Everyone's trying to make him to be because he got this happy-go-lucky kind of like air about him. He took a backseat to Corum, right? Corum came back. He took a backseat again last year, and we want him to be successful, but he's just not an every down back. Why don't we
want to see him do?
use?
What do you
Why
want
don't we use his strength? He can catch out of the backfield. Why don't Campbell and Sharon Moore design some plays where they can match him up against a safety or a linebacker, right? A 5 and out, wheel route, something easy. Get him the ball in open space.
I mean, I would predict that's what's going to happen next game, because clearly, with this game, they wanted to possess the ball, they wanted to run the ball, and limit how much USC had the ball, which I think they did a pretty good job of it. So that first half, I was feeling very shocked. Didn't know that we had this in us. But second half, we didn't get the ball until almost like the end of the 3rd quarter, it seemed like.
Yeah.
And then it was like we couldn't do anything because, we were just going to run the ball and they just stacked the box.
3 and out.
It's on there. So,
Yep.
It's not that. I mean, we're backseat quarterbacks. We're saying like it's not that hard to throw a wheel route, but in essence, it's not that hard to throw a wheel route. Go out to the side, throw the ball forward. If it doesn't get to you, just let it drop on the ground, and it doesn't count. And
next challenge we're gonna do when we get together, we're gonna do the wheel route challenge with producer JB. We're gonna see how many he completes. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
We'll do 5 wheel routes. How
It's
many of those
not that
5
hard to do. It's not that hard to do a wheel route.
without even anybody rushing?
Not even rushing.
Just
I
gotta
actually-
roll out and then hit the wheel route. Let's see.
Yes.
Let's see. Out of 5, what are you predicting? Out of 5 completion?
All 5.
Whoa! 5 out of 5 wheel route. Oh, this guy! Holy smokes! It's not as easy as it seems, my friend. It's not as easy as it seems.
You underestimate the utter incompetence of Orgy as a thrower. It is literally impossible to make a single completion out in the now out in the flat. Yes, he can throw a real safe ball where he's doomed to get it sniffed out and just get 1 yard or even a TFL. But something forward 3 or more yards, forget about it. Orgy
You're
not
saying they're sniffing Orgy's balls? Is that what you're saying?
That's what I said.
Oh my god!
Sniffed out. No way. He can't. And I love Orgy. Even
I bet
more.
you do. I bet you do.
I do.
I know you do.
His post game, all glory to my Savior Jesus Christ. I mean, he has his head. Young man has his head screwed on straight, but he can't throw a forward pass. He just cannot. And it turns out he can't even run.
What do you mean he can't even run?
So I was gonna jump on that. I was gonna jump on that because he can't pass. Like I think the longest pass he had was like 5 yards, right? And then they ran another 5 yards after that. But I thought that he was shiftier and a little faster than he was, and his vision is a little limited. Like he's just going right into the defender. Like he's strong, he's athletic, but as a runner, shiftiness, vision, I don't see it.
I don't even remember when he pulled the ball on the RPO, and ran himself, other than like a QB draw. Like that part of the whole play calling is just like I don't know what's going on with that.
Oh my!
He pulled it to pass, but pulling it to run, watching that defensive end crash down on all our running backs and be like, nope, I'm not going to give it to you. Let's see where we go with this.
You know, those are the kind of things I think he would have worked out by now if he was named starter from game one. You know what I mean? Because I think if he had had 2 more games worth of full-time experience, I think these are the kind of little kinks and growing pains that he would be kind of smoothing out at this point. But unfortunately, he did not get that opportunity. But anyway, I raise my glass to Alex Orji and a fabulous job in leading the Michigan Wolverines to a victory today.
Fabulous job.
I don't know about leading. I don't know about leading.
Wow.
Come on.
I don't know about leading. Being part of the team that won, yeah.
I will give him credit for holding it together. And yes, leading without looking like an incompetent and screwing up and making mistakes all over the place. I mean, I know that's a low bar, but he didn't do all those things in his I mean, I'm not saying that like in a snarky way. That's important, you know. So yes, I will give you credit for that, and I appreciate you for that, but I am legit concerned about our ability to sustain any kind of O. We are the laughing stock of O's. Like we are Iowa level offense right now, and everybody knows it. But if you want to transition to another gaping hole and actually wrap this up in in a reasonable amount of time,
Okay.
somebody's got to say something about the linebackers, because that has been a glaring weakness since week 1. And any offensive coordinator like Sark and Riley will continue to pick on their inability to just be competent linebacker.
Oh.
It's an emerging like theme and trend. No? Disagree?
I agree with you completely. I miss Junior Colson. I miss Mike Barrett. I miss Senny, the nickelback, because that linebacking core is just like floundering. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know.
At the same time, like, so I don't know why Barham is out like with a wide receiver. Like, what kind of scheme is this where you're putting Barham out to wide receiver? Wink, what are you doing, Wink? What is this? Yeah, Hosman, I think, has been underperforming. I thought we would get a lot more of him, like these nice plays in the backfield. He made a big stop on a 3rd down, nice hit, got us off the field, but he also got juked that one play, right, by the USC running back.
Yeah.
I would put Rolder in right now over Barham.
Jimmy
Jimmy
Rolder?
Yeah.
Watch number 1, big beefy dude. He looks like a specimen out there, even from the TV screen, right? But if you actually key in on him, tell me he doesn't look like a headless chicken just running around crazy, like uncontrolled and undisciplined. No, just watch him for a while. Watch him for a few snaps. Yeah. He doesn't look like he knows. He's just sheer raw power, speed, ability. But this is football. This isn't just like, skill Olympics or something, or like, I mean, just, how strong or fast are you? You got to be able to play football. And Brian, Jean-Marie, what's your name? Where are you? Are you coaching?
Oh, mama.
Are you, I mean, you're not recruiting? Are you doing anything?
And not to open up another hole where,
oh my gosh, well, might as well. Goodness.
I mean, there were a lot of recruits there today, and they saw this offense, and I don't know if I were a receiver or a running back, if I'd want to be a part of this program.
Oh,
God,
come on.
I don't know.
Oh,
like, this is not the show that we want to put on for our recruits.
This is
35 yards passing, right?
You can cut
10 running plays on a 2
but you can cut it the other way, saying, if you're a top recruit at a skill position, then clearly there's a need. And you can cut it the other way and say, hey, if this is how the offense looks right now, they definitely have a need for me, and I could go there and get some playing time earlier than later. You know what I'm saying?
The recruits
know that. The recruits
know that, Jaden Davis is on deck. They know
Yeah.
they know that it's gonna get better than
They're all
what we have
sad.
right
I
now.
agree. I agree.
So I don't have
Spin
concerns about
zones,
that,
spins.
but I do have not concerns, but I'm like so happy that we won this game and that the recruits got to experience what it means to play Michigan football in the Michigan Stadium and have that kind of response happen. That's a major selling point, and I think this might be like again, this game was so crucial for our season, but this game was so crucial for those recruits too, because if we got shellacked like we did against Texas, it would have been embarrassing. They would have. Andrew Marsh would have been like, what's the point? So us getting that victory, the defense holding as much as they could, and even for the offense to be able to still play and have a game plan, even though as crazy as it sounds, for us to be able to play smash mouth football, that's something that I think is going to be a bonus for any of those recruits that are there. They experienced it. They saw it. Fox was there. I mean, it was a victory to be had. I think for the next future, the next class, and all them to come.
Listen, Squarehead
Yeah.
is just texted.
I was
to
ecstatic.
them.
I was
Send them
ecstatic
in.
when we won. I want to make sure I put it out there. Like it was
Yeah.
when we stopped them, when they lost the game. I don't know if we necessarily won the game, but they lost the game on a 3rd and 9, and they got 8 yards, and he stepped out of bounds. I was like, oh, thank you USC for losing this game,
Oh my!
because I don't think we won the game.
What?
But I was so
Oh,
excited.
Out here. What do you mean? Thank God they lost the game. They didn't lose the game. We won the game. Okay, okay. You win it by by executing. Okay, we made the big stops. Okay, when it mattered the most, and we made the big runs when it mattered the most. You guys, I mean, come on, you're making it sound like they fumbled it on our goal line, and when they gave it to us like that. Come on, that didn't happen. That didn't happen. We had to go earn that victory. Holy smokes, these guys! Holy cow! I'm getting holy smokes.
Someone's getting riled up on that one.
Worked up. Anyway, Squarehead getting in this or what? I don't even know. Who knows?
A
Well,
minor pet peeve of mine is when our kick returners insist on trying to be narcissistic glory men and have less than 2% chance of bringing it past the 25. And how many times do we lose field position? It's like, okay, it's not the biggest deal in the world, but we can't afford any yard loss or field position with the state of our offense. You know what I mean? Hey, at least our punter had a little better of a game today, speaking of field position, because that's the kind of stuff we need, because we don't have too much else. We dance the ball now with punts. How much are we starting to sound like Iowa? Seriously, this is getting concerning.
Hey, eight punts for almost 50 yards per punt. That's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
4 times inside the 20. Tommy Doman, thank you for stepping up today because we needed you.
Yeah, we needed it.
Uh-oh.
Oh boy, oh
Here we
boy.
go.
Here he is.
Another 45 minutes.
I know.
Oh gosh, we got to make this quick. Done you.
Oh,
He's still connecting though, but who knows? I'll just while we're waiting for him, I'm just gonna say, I'm taking away a lot of positives as it pertains to the defense, because like I said, there was a really big concern coming out of the first 3 games. For me, it was the performance of the defensive line and the defensive secondary. But today, those 2 areas did a lot, and I appreciated that. Now, joining us at this late hour while we're all trying to go to bed, he's gonna sneak in here and try to, plant some misinformation. It's the one, the only, Mr. Squarehead.
I did not watch a single snap of this game. But I do know that there's nothing positive that came out from this game. If I were a USC fan, I would be saying to myself, how the heck do we lose to a team with the quarterback who goes for what, like 6 of 10 with 30 yards passing? I mean, Yeah, again, I did not watch a single snap. I was kind of tracking it through ESPN. It was just unbelievable that Michigan was able to squeak out this game. But yeah,
So-
I don't know. I mean, apparently this streaming thing that we do doesn't pay the bills enough where I can afford to watch CBS. So I was just tracking ESPN, but I don't know how you guys would actually watch the game like this. It must have been horrible.
I mean,
It was rough.
you bring out those stats, 6 of 10, and none of those 10 passes were in the 2-minute drill because we couldn't pass. You know, we just couldn't pass the ball. So in the
here's the
2-minute
thing.
drill, we don't even attempt to pass. I think this might be worse than like Nick Sheridan, Stephen Threet, like
Wow.
that era of Michigan football quarterback. I'm not saying it's a team like that, but the quarterback, I think I'd rather have Stephen Threet come back and play.
Well,
Wow.
let me ask you this: would you rather have that when you'd get quarterback sacks, which would put you way behind, okay, and interceptions? Two things that Alex did not do today. He didn't get sacked. Well, a couple times he did. I think once or twice, but not for huge losses. And then he didn't turn the ball over. He didn't turn the ball over. Wouldn't you rather have that than
Hey, here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Even though we didn't turn the ball over, like we had a lot of like 3 and outs. It's basically turned the ball over.
Wait, we had a fumble, didn't we?
Yeah, but that was an out.
Kenneth Graham fumble.
Yeah, that wasn't a interception. Like, would you rather have Davis Warren in there then, with 150 yards passing and 3 interceptions?
Look, man, I was tracking that last drive. It said on ESPN play-by-play, it said 1st and goal at the USC 6-yard line. And then it said rush or something, 2nd and goal at the 3-yard line. And then it said incomplete pass. And I said, what the F is going on? Why would they even attempt to pass when this guy is going 6 for 10, 30 yards? Why can't they just hammer that and down over 200 yards of rushing? Why would you even attempt to pass? There's no orgy in the touchdown in the end zone anymore, baby. Why would you even attempt to pass there? I just couldn't understand. You're at the 6-yard line, just 4 rushing plays back to back to back to back.
They're trying to catch him off guard.
Yeah, it worked in week 1.
Yeah.
And another week, the 2 passes he actually made for TDs, it worked. The problem is it's only passes on film, so everybody knows that.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think I'm going out on a limb saying this. I don't think since I've been affiliated with the University of Michigan that I've seen a passing attack this inept.
Yes.
This inept since 1993. I haven't seen a passing attack this inept.
So you're saying over 30 years was the worst?
Even Denard Robinson,
yes,
who we all knew couldn't throw the ball, he would at least, have some decent throws, even like deep passes down, because they would crowd the box because they knew he would run, but then you'd have some like weak coverages on the back. But this, again, I didn't watch a single snap, and I can't even imagine what I missed. But it's just horrible.
I can't even understand what you're saying, but hey, he was 7 for 12. He was 7 for 12. It's not like he was 7 for 56. If he had like 49 like drops or anything like that, then yeah, maybe that's the most enough passing attack. But you only do it 12 times, so it's not. You can't say it's the worst passing attack. We just didn't throw the ball. Didn't throw the ball.
I can't. I have to disagree. If you want to really do smart stats and actually look at every pass, you can't count these passes that are just like out to Samaj, out this way or that way. Those don't count because everybody knows that he can't throw the ball forward. Like you can complete passes, you can do a shovel pass or this. Those stats are junk. Anyone in the know actually knows Orji cannot move the ball forward with a pass. And that's a problem. And that's why JC is right, that this is absolutely the most inept, bar none. There's never been a more defunct passing attack it's since the 1910s, maybe? I mean, when all they did was run? I don't know.
What are we doing here? Come on.
All right, on that, I gotta go.
All right.
I gotta sign off.
But final thoughts? Do you have any?
30 more minutes.
No. Just final thoughts. And we'll let you go.
He got me. Debate. Final thoughts. I think our defense and our running game with that O-line can only bail us out so many times. We got bailed out today. I think we got bailed out today. I think, yeah, against Minnesota, can we eke out a win? Yeah, I think so. Illinois is going to be tough. I think Oregon's going to be tough. There's some other tough games. There's another tough game I saw on the schedule. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's 12, 11 new starters on offense, right? If I'm Colston Loveland, I'm really concerned about my draft stock if I come back. Like, how's this guy gonna pass me the ball? But you know, hopefully they work out some packages this week for Orgy to just hit Dono, right? 5 yards, let him work in open space. Just move up to that level. And I think we can get a little something.
I agree. I think this week, if anything, we got to come up with some Debo-like packages for Dono. We got to turn Dono into Debo. You know what I mean? Because we need more speed and shiftiness at the skill positions that right now, let's be honest, Samaj, Tyler Morris, et cetera, Fred Moore, they're not really giving us. So I want to see some packages where Dono gets the ball, bubble screen, something like that, 5 wheel routes, we were saying, all sorts of stuff, but just something where you can get the ball and do some stuff with it. And then I think we're going to be fine. I think we're going to be fine. This, for me, is a game that we're going to build on to get better. I guarantee you, next game, Alex Orgy, triple digits passing yards. Put it in the books. Put it in the books.
No way. No way. Another person who needs to step up, Makari Page. I mean, what was that in the backfield? I don't understand. I don't understand. He's a senior. He's just like, it's just disheartening. We need Rod Moore so bad. So bad.
Just checking, producer. This is your final thoughts.
That's my final thought. I'm done.
Wow. He ends it on that. Oh, everything's just going downhill. Nameless.
Well, I mean, we've chronicled all the problems, and frankly, they existed before we even started watching this game, but we got the win, and we're 1-0 against newly welcomed in USC Trojans.
There you
That's
go.
that's a feather in the cap. So
There
we'll
you
take
go.
it. Yeah. Well.
This is the optimism meter.
Oh, well, I mean, we're gonna end on the fact that we won. So you know what? What's the rule? What's the old Harbs rule? Whatever it is, 24-hour rule or 5-hour rule. Just enjoy it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna rely on Big Reg to lift me up while I continue to guard my hearts on the predictions. Give me some hope week to week.
There you go.
Because it was a rough one. So let's go. Come on, go blue.
There you go. Optimism meter up for nameless guest. I like it. Squarehead. This is your final word, brother. You're the last one.
My final word. Nameless brought up the evil one, Harbaugh.
Oh,
it just shows how this team has been decimated by the fact that Harbaugh left this program in shambles. He did not prepare the people that were going to take over, primarily Sharon Moore, in a good place with this team. The way he left, because what I heard was a contract dispute, he didn't get whatever the reason. Can we fire Harbaugh, please?
What do you mean fire Harbaugh, you weirdo? Holy smokes. This guy, that's the only thing he's still clinging on to. Can we fire Harbaugh? Well,
I-
with that, huh? What?
Didn't we technically fire him? Because didn't he have time left on the contract?
No, he quit.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyway, listen, I'm gonna raise my glass to a hard-fought victory. A W's a W. Undefeated in the Big Ten so far this season. So raise my glass to that. Team 145, man, oh man. You don't make the ride easy, but you got us there today. So I raise my glass to you and I say go blue.
Go blue.
Blue.